failure. But the Christian congregation of God's anointed had spiritual wisdom that led to the unfathomable riches of the Christ. Since that congregation formed part of God's sacred secret, by his dealings with it and his purposes fulfilled in it, he made known or revealed the greatly diversified wisdom of God through the congregation, even to the governments and the authorities in the heavenly places. F3 8-11 1. 17, 18. Compare 1p1. 12. Its members, having the mind of Christ, compare php 2. 5-8, had knowledge and understanding vastly superior to that of the world, hence they could speak, not with words taught by human wisdom, but with those taught by the Spirit, with a mouth and wisdom opposers could not refute, though such Christians might be looked down upon as unlettered and ordinary by worldly standards. 1 Co 2. 11-16. Lu 21. 15. Ac 4. 13. 6. 9, 10. Waging spiritual warfare. The Apostle Paul relied on godly wisdom in waging spiritual warfare against any who threatened to pervert Christian congregations, such as the one in Corinth. 1 Co 5. 6, 7, 13. 2 Co 10. 3-6. Compare 2 Co 6. 7. He knew that wisdom is better than implements for fighting, and merely one sinner can destroy much good. EC 9. 18. 7. 19. His reference to overturning strongly entrenched things 2 Co 10. 4 corresponds in idea to the Greek Septuagint rendering of part of Proverbs 21. 22. Paul knew the human tendency to give prime attention to those having impressive manner, obvious talent, or powerful personality in speech. He knew that the quiet speech of a wise man of little material wealth is often ignored in favor of those giving greater appearance of mightiness. Compare EC 9. 13-17. Even Jesus, who did not have the earthly wealth and position Solomon possessed but who had vastly superior wisdom, was shown little respect and attention by the rulers and people. Compare Mount 12. 42. 13. 54-58. Isla 52. 13-15. 53. 1-3. To some who boasted in fleshly abilities contrast J 9. 23, 24. Rather than in the heart, Paul's personal appearance was viewed as weak and his speech contemptible. 2 Co 5. 12. 10. 10. Yet he avoided any extravagance of speech or display of human wisdom and its power to persuade, so that his hearers' faith would be built up through God's Spirit and power and be founded on Christ rather than on men's wisdom. 1 Co 1. 17. 2. 1-5. 2 Co 5. 12. With spiritual foresight, Paul was a wise director of works, not of material construction, but of spiritual construction, working with God to produce disciples that manifested truly Christian qualities. 1 Co 3. 9-16. Hence, no matter how much of the world's wisdom one might have by virtue of skill in trades, shrewdness in commerce, administrative ability, or scientific or philosophic learning, the rule was O texto e acute miritra longo, Wisdom 11:94-16. 18, 19. Just 2. 1-9. Such wisdom is not apathetic toward wickedness but wars against it. PR 20. 26. Men selected for responsibility within the Christian congregation qualified, not on the basis of worldly success, fleshly wisdom, or natural abilities, but because of being full of spirit and godly wisdom. Act 6. 1-5. Compare 1T3. 1-13. T1. 5-9. Such ones were among the prophets and wise men and public instructors Jesus had promised to send out, and they could also serve as judges and counselors within the congregation, even as fleshly Israel had had its wise men who served in similar ways. Mount 23. 34. 1 Co 6. 5. They recognized the value of consulting together. PR 13. 10. 24. 5, 6. Compare Act 15. 1-22. acquiring true wisdom. The proverb counsels: buy truth itself and do not sell it. Wisdom and discipline and understanding. PR 23. 23 Jehovah, the source of true wisdom, grants it generously to those who sincerely seek it and ask for it in faith, showing a wholesome, reverential fear of him. PR 2. 1-7. Ches 1. 5-8 But the seeker must spend time in study of God's word. Learn his commands, laws, reminders, and counsel. Consider the history of God's acts and doings. Then apply these in his life. D 4. 5, 6. PS 19. 7. 107. 43. 119. 98-101. PR 10. 8.